Hi everyone, I'm Renee Blasky of the Leap Network. Welcome back to the weekly Leap videos. In this video, I want to talk to you about nurturing because your business is kind of like your baby. So if you're a parent already, you know that raising a child can be a daunting task because it's a lot of hard work. Okay, so running a business and developing your own business is you kind of have to make that same conscious effort in that decision that you want to run a business. It takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of patience. Your business is like a living entity. It's a living being per se. Okay, it needs to be nurtured. You have to really want it. Okay, because it can be draining, it can be exhausting, it can be nerve wracking, just like raising a kid. Okay. Um, so you need to keep that in mind that when things, let's say when your business is misbehaving per se, okay, just know that that will pass. All right. It's just a natural process of the growing up period and it will pass. Just like when kids act up or they have temper tantrums or they're finding their way in the world and they're acting up because of it. So your business, you have to love it, you have to nurture it, you have to take care of it, you have to be patient. But that also means you have to be patient and you have to be kind and loving to yourself as well, because it's kind of like that oxygen mask story in the airlines. Always put your oxygen mask on first, because if you don't do it, you're not going to be around to take care of others. So you also need to provide nurturing for yourself. And when you're coming into situations where you don't know exactly how to handle, make sure that you ask for help and ask for help from somebody who's been there before and maybe their business stage is a little bit more advanced than yours. It's the same way when you reach out to other parents. Well, did your kids do this when they were this age? Because it's always nice to share stories and you can learn from one another. Okay. So also there are times when you're going to actually, the right thing to do would be to hire a coach. And I'm not saying that just because I am a coach. I have a coach myself because it can really help you get you to that next level quicker and faster, and hopefully with a lot more fun. It's just like if you belong to a parenting group, you know that that community that you can surround yourself is critically important. So that's why I also recommend that when you're nurturing your business, surround yourself with people with a like mind, because they can help you. Now, I've had a client in the past, this is when I was doing corporate finance consulting, and he came to me to help him sell his business. The first question I asked him is, are you really seriously interested in selling your business? I wanted to know how committed he was in selling his business. I said, this is like putting up your child for adoption. And he gave me all the reasons why he was serious about selling his business. So I went ahead and prepared all the paperwork, prepared an information memorandum to deliver to potential investors. And this was a major manufacturing company, so it took quite an effort to put all this package together, to gather the information, to do the valuation, and to do all of these things that are needed for potential investors to look at to see if they really want to purchase the business. I found two buyers for him. The first one the seller did not like for many reasons, and so he denied that. He didn't want to take that process any further with that particular person. Another person I found subsequently, he couldn't reject that person for the same reasons that he rejected the first potential investor I found. But in the end, this really came down to he had decided not to sell the business. And I should have gotten a clue, because the first time, like within the first 2 or 3 months that I was working with him, all of a sudden he started buying new equipment from Germany, and this is expensive equipment. I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, oh, I just want to make sure that the client or the new investor has the best value. That should have been a red flag. And it what kind of was a red flag, and I questioned him about it again, but he assured me that he was ready to sell. Long story, that business is still his today. And I'm talking probably 15 years ago. So things change, people change their minds, so that's not an issue. But keep in mind, your business is like a child of yours, and it's hard to let it go. And so when your business fails, if it fails, and hope to God it never does, but there are times when your business will fail. And perhaps before it even fails, you've had to redo everything, and that's okay. Don't get down on yourself. It happens. But if you do decide to close down your business, you probably will still go through a mourning process. You will go through a process of, oh my God, what the hell have I done, and why couldn't I do this? So before you get to that process, though, this is really important that you ask for help. Can the business be rejuvenated? Can it revive itself with a lot of help? And is it worth it? Because sometimes it's better to let it go. And this is where it's not like a child. So keep that in mind. Always ask for help when you can. And remember that your business is a living and growing entity, and it must be nurtured. Okay? And also nurture yourself, because it's not a sprint. This is certainly a marathon, and you need to look at it that way. Don't expect things to happen overnight. Things typically will always take 2 to 3 times longer than you had anticipated. So keep that in mind. Nurture slowly. Take a break if you have to. Know that it's all going to be okay in the end. No matter what happens, it will be okay. So I'd love to hear about how you nurture your business. And if you'd like to have a free consultation to find out how you could nurture your business even better, then please let me know. I'd love to have this conversation with you. Until the next time, no excuses. Take the leap to a better business or a brilliant business, and take the leap towards a brilliant life. Bye.